step foot on the ranch, right away you feel the relaxation of being out in nature. Just being here, because it's so nice and calm. That's right when you see the first change.
The first time I got here, it was like I was back with my brothers. It was so peaceful.
War Horses for Veterans is a equine-based networking experience for veterans where they can come and kind of decompress, get away from everyday life, kind of reconnect with other veterans that have been through similar situations. It's an opportunity to be mentored, get up for job and career opportunities and personal opportunities as well.
We hadn't seen each other from October 13th, 1969 until April 2016. And it was just like we had never been apart. Everybody here is combat veteran. Been through it. Doesn't matter what war you're in.
No.
You know, and they're all similar. Maybe the location's a little different, and the enemy might dress a little different, but it's all the same when you're in the Delta Sierra. The horses are great. They allow you to focus on just you and that horse. It's not a scripted schedule. It's kind of how the dynamics of the group work.
And then you're going to come down to the stables, and you'll start working with the horses, and it's nothing mandatory. Like our first session, we got out here and we just started grooming a horse. Patrick showed us how to groom a horse, and it was just fun. And as we're grooming a horse, we're telling our story.
You get to see somebody who's never been around a horse who's scared of horses. And 5 minutes later, they're riding a horse.
Through the horses and through this experience with other veterans, you get something back. I walked taller, smiled more, fought more.
You're going to feel like you're part of the family again. You're not alone.
You need to recognize that it's nothing wrong, nothing weak about asking for help.
We're a family. We understand that. And that's what you need.
It doesn't hurt to have people in a network assisting you to get where you want to go. I want to be a part of helping people coming out of combat regain a normal life of what they were before they experienced that.
Whatever problems you have from dealing with combat or your military service, the program is going to help you through that. It's going to open a lot of doors. It's going to open your eyes to a lot of things that you didn't know that were out there.
What is it that you want to do? What do you want to do with the rest of your life? You've got a passion. Well, let's go for it.
To apply, go to warhorsesforveterans.com.
Ever keep your father waiting like that again, you little bastard?
How about my hero son?
So long.
To the Murph, welcome home.
Welcome home, Murph.
I really love you, Murphy. I do. But we can't be together.
What did you do over there for fun?
Yeah, Mitch, you just get to take anybody out?
Whoa, calm down. Take a look at these brochures on post-traumatic stress disorder.
You're stressed, that's it. I'm sick, just like you.
That's great. I get to dig your grave, you get to dig mine.
I got a lawyer.
Good.
He's gonna represent us.
Very good.
I love this country. I'm not gonna piss on it.
What kind of a country doesn't take care of its warriors when they come back home, Murph?
You signed the dotted line.
Dog tags, are you in Iraq?
Do you know what happens to people when they blow the whistle? They yank your benefits.
What benefits? They don't want to pay you, bro. But they have to. You gave for your country. It's about time they start giving back to you.
I'm at the dead-end street.
Walk proud, Murphy. You put in your time, you're a hero, copy? I need my urine.
Is it in your head? And you gotta get it out of your head. You hear me? You get it out of your head. I'm here for you. And you're here for me. Everybody's got a reason.
He's dying, Finn. Well, that's what soldiers do, brother. They die.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy, had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar, a straight-up omelet bar. And now look, my former intern's tossing me down a bottomless freaking pit. You know, come to think of it, my whole life has been a series of what the moments. That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
You said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Welcome to WTF Nation Radio's Monday edition. I got Pookie with me. Snap.
Hey.
What's up, big man? How you been?
I mean, I've been living, man. I've been kicking it.
I hear you, man. Good to see you, man. It's been a while since we talked, man. What you been up to?
Been a long time. Just the same old, man. Dragging my, sorry ass around,
You moved, didn't you? So, what's the rumor about you moving? What's up with that?
I moved down to Florida, man. It's beautiful down here, man. It's really beautiful down here.
Are you saying you're Florida man? Is that what's up?
I'm Florida man now. I'm Florida man now. Oh yeah.
Guys, welcome to WTF Nation Radio's Monday edition with Ice and Pookie today with Mauma on the front desk.
Hey, y'all.
Broadcasting live from the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence this 8 April 2019. I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope all of you guys have had a great weekend. This was a great weekend for me. I had a blast. I had an awesome weekend this weekend. What did you all do this weekend?
I took care of many.
Whoa. One at a time. What was that? Say that again. Go ahead, Pookie. What'd you say?
Someone says dicks out for Harambe.
Well, oh no, everyone's like trying to figure out where you're at in Florida. So, yeah, dicks out for Harambe. So would you just chilled? Is that all you did? You didn't do much? Didn't hang out? Didn't do any of the Massachusetts? You didn't do nothing? You just kind of chilled? That was it? What'd you do?
Who we asking here? Mom?
I'm asking you. It has been a while, hasn't it, man?
Yeah, it's been a good minute.
Damn, bro, you good?
No, I'm good. I've just been like I said, limping around. I got that gout, the gout sucks.
Yeah.
Man.
So tell me what happened with that shit, dude. You got
just minding my own business, and my foot swole up, and I was like, that shit hurts, so I'm limping around, going like a pirate, like yar, yar. That's pretty much the gist of it.
Right.
I mean, I've made fun of myself so much that everyone is just laughing around me.
Right. Oh my god, dude. And let me guess, you are okay now, or what happened? What, you had surgery done, right?
No, I had surgery on my hand for I got Viking's disease. It's it sounds weird. It's a Dutier's contracture. Viking's disease is something that people with Norwegian, like me, descent, get, and it makes the tendon ball up in your hand. I thought it was a 50 cal that bit me back in 2004 that did it to me, but apparently it was genetics that did it to me. They injected me with some stuff and they broke the tendon, and now I get to walk around with this beautiful hand brace for the next 6 months. So it's life.
Damn, dude. God. So was this after you moved to Florida?
I came down here. I got this. I got a good support system down here.
Right.
Vietnam veteran.
Right.
It helps me out get to the VA and everything. He's like, we'll get you fixed. And he's been helping me get to my appointments and everything. So I mean, it's good, man.
Damn. Holy crap. What did you do this weekend, Mom?
I took care of Minnie. She's got strep and an ear infection.
That sucks. Man.
Yeah. Kids. They need to quit licking doorknobs or something. I don't know.
No, your kids need to stop licking doorknobs.
I mean, right.
I have no idea what you're talking about. When you say kids, I'm like, your kids need to stop licking doorknobs. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I just kind of chilled. Hung out with some friends and family, and chilled. Had a blast. Awesome time. Loved it. Had a great weekend. God. So tonight we're going to have Christopher Martini come on. If you guys have not paid attention already to the movie trailer that we posted, I always like when we go to the movies. When WTF Nation Radio goes to the movies, it's always fun because we get to see exactly what is up, and we get to hear what freaking the filmmakers get to say. That's the best part of this about this job, is that we get to have the filmmakers come on and discuss their film. I did not know about this film, so I'm saving all my questions for Chris when he comes on, and looking forward for him to hang out with us and shit. Again, this is one of those things that I did not know. If you guys saw the commercial or the trailer, it looked pretty powerful. It looked like there was some like some feels and stuff going on. I'm like, what the hell? Did I miss this? Well, where did I miss this from? And everyone's dropping the taxation is theft thing on you, man. Your fans are
yeah, I know.
They miss you.
Your fans are squawking, bro. Your fans are squawking. That's awesome. So it's just one of those things where, again, I'm kind of like I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to go. Never heard of this. Never seen this at all. I never at all had checked out the film. It won some awards too. So when he comes on here, this is like one of those things that kind of gets you. I don't know. Kind of get you thinking about a lot of stuff. There's some stuff happening right now in the news. People saying some stupid shit that they shouldn't be saying, and they end up getting screwed up in the news, and now they're defending themselves for saying shit, even though they shouldn't have said it. If that really,
Joe Biden.
yeah. There's some individuals that are freaking. How do I say this? They're just not making sense. We have more people that are going to run for office. We have like 25 people running for office now. It's not even fun anymore. It's not even, you're like, you're kind of looking around. You're like, what's next? What's the...
I'm just waiting to hear some crazy shit about Bernie Sanders and all his fans.
Dude. Yeah, exactly.
We're going to defend him. No, he's fine. He raped the girl. He's fine. No,
he'll
fine.
be all right.
Perfect.
He'll be,
she'll feel the burn,
Yeah, dude. I'm just kind of like, you watch the news now. It just like, whatever.
That's why I've totally shut it off. I'm sorry, but I've shut it off, man. I've taken a good 3-month hiatus from just watching it because I get my blood pressure goes up. I got bad blood pressure. I've got anxiety like no one else's business, and it just makes it worse. So I'm just like, whatever. Chop that out my life.
Well, my biggest problem is that I was gone. Like I said, I was pretty much detached from comms this weekend, and I didn't at all. I just like looked at any news or anything like that. Just chilled. You know what? If you were like Rip Van Winkle and decided to like take a fucking nap, and you woke up in today's world, you would be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh my God.
The planet, you know, the world is ending, and it's
Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes.
yeah, exactly. You're just like, "What the hell?" So again, I just don't dupe. Not dealing with it. Not dealing with it. It was hard to. It was really hard to come back after detaching yourself from. Like I said, it was just a weekend. Fuck, just chilling, just hanging out. Just decided to disconnect from everything and.
Shit, I'm at 3 months now.
Dude, man, I know. See, and I tell you some shit. What do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know.
You would think that fuck. You think the world's gonna end or some shit? You know what I mean? You mean like, what's happening here? What's going on there? Where's Flash? He's taking some time off to go do stuff for the government, doing government stuff. Yeah,
Government. Good old government.
He's doing the government stuff. So him hanging out and doing his stuff, and that's fine. Yeah, you just get back and you're just like, what the, dude, this place, the news is such a fucking cesspool shit, dude. I don't even want to talk about it, but we have to talk about the news. We must talk about the news, because sometimes the news agencies themselves are the news themselves. Take, for instance, there's a lot of veteran stuff that are happening currently with our administration. Currently happening with what? We had, what's nuts? We had the chief of the fucking Secret Service get fired. We had the what was it? The director of DHS fired.
DHS, she got fired.
Yeah, she says, "I'm out. You're fired. See ya." You know.
What happens when you don't build a wall?
Yeah. Wall wasn't fast enough. It was not fast enough. That's breaking balls. I don't fucking know, but you know, fucking whatever. No, the big thing about that, it's all of a sudden it's like, I don't know, topsy turvy over what's happening with the government. The biggest news that's happening right now that it's been catching everything since I've been catching up is those goddamn Game of Thrones Oreo cookies. Nobody can seem to find. Nobody.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for April. What is it? 15th or 14th or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. I'm good. I'm good.
I think I think our numbers for for the Sunday show is going to be kind of bad.
Unless we commentate Game of Thrones.
Do you want to commentate? Do you want to oh yeah, we should tell.
Tyrone.
Yeah, we should. Oh man, we missed Tyrone. Miss Tyrone to come back and commentate for Game of Thrones. Fuck.
The
synopsis, ghetto style Game of Thrones, whatever. So
synopsis.
Yeah. Let's see. So I guess there's some drama going on. There's a guy on Fox News. We all like to talk shit about everybody. But there's a guy on Fox News who talked about veterans, who do take benefits, have no integrity or some shit. He was on with Brian Kilmeade a couple days ago, and yeah, I'm gonna talk about it.
Who is this?
Can we talk about Fox News? Is that legit?
Just burn them up. I don't give a shit.
Exactly. I was about to say.
Go for it.
So what it is that they were talking about veterans benefits, and also the shit, and then there he said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that there are groups out there that go out and seek to grab all benefits and all that, even for those that don't get it. Now, I'm kind of conflicted about that stuff. We know that there are some veterans that like to freaking like to grab onto that shit, like to grab onto, whatever. But it got a hold of a group that is like just highlighted and just played back a video what it was. So if you guys don't know the group Vote Vets, they're the ones that, they're not really they will admit it, they're not a conservative leaning organization, but they all they did was just played a video. And so Pete Hegseth, they were talking smack. They were talking smack about veterans taking their thing. Let me see if I got this thing up here. Now, of course, we want to pull this shit up to verify this information.
I love this.
And so we'll talk about it right here.
Well, that was Howard Schultz last night at the Fox Town Hall in Kansas City, Missouri.
Meanwhile, most of the Democratic candidates are running on socialist ideas like Medicare for all.
But would that system really work in the United States? American veterans know the answer. Fox and Friends Weekend co-host,
whatever it is,
veteran Pete Hegseth.
Vikings
Pete,
is my show. I love
this.
it.
This is one of your passions.
Yeah.
You
All right, stand by. We're playing the video right now.
No, I mean, it was a good problem identification,
Here it is,
right?
right here.
But
Stand
then
by.
if you say, we're going to fix it, well, the devil's in the details. Now, this president has gotten it right from day one. He has said, give veterans choice, hold people accountable, make the system transparent. But the reality is, this is still, there was a Wall Street Journal op-ed this week that started a lot of this discussion. You like socialism? Ask a veteran. The VA is government-run socialized medicine. And we've pumped billions into this system, millions, and it hasn't made it better.
Okay, so let's take a look. By the numbers, how big the VA is right now. Over close to 400,000 full-time employees, over 1,200 healthcare facilities, 9.8 million vets using it in 2017. It is the second largest department in federal government. And Pete, when you look at 1,200 healthcare facilities, you know, one of the things that you have talked about and the president has talked about is he'd like to be able so that somebody who's disabled or needs care doesn't have to go to a facility. They just go to their local guy.
That's exactly right. Get the best care anywhere is the idea, and it doesn't have to be a VA facility. The number of VA employees has gone up by 100,000 in the last 10 years. 100,000 more employees. You've got an entire hospital network. Only 7 million of 21 million veterans in America actually use the VA. And even with all that manpower increase and all that money increase, you're still waiting longer and longer at the hospital to actually be seen.
So wait times have not improved?
Wait times have not improved. This is what you get from government. More spending, because it's a top-down perspective. Here's the hospital you use within this radius, and you get this doctor, as opposed to empowering the individual to say, I've got a knee issue. Dr. Jones down the street could help me with it, and the dollars could follow me to get that
People are
addressed.
still getting on lists to get to see their doctors.
Unfortunately.
Look at this. Veterans granted disability compensation. If you compare after World War II, 1.5 million veterans, 2017, 4.5 million veterans.
This is a real.
So they're saying for 1.5 million veterans receiving compensation after World War II, as opposed to the 4.5 million in 2017. What's up, Bailey? Oh, I forgot to say fucking hi. Shit. Damn it. I'm fucking up again. Damn it. What's up, Ronnie? What's up, Holly? What's up, Ari? What's up, guys in the Mixer chat? What's up, Stefan? Road Tech. Cosby sweater? Okay. So anyways, well, hi guys. Welcome to WTF Nation Radio. Damn, I'm sucking on this again. Sorry. I got pumped up on this stuff because they're, these guys. So anyways, so they're talking about the disproportionate. Now, the difference between 1.5 million veterans after World War II as opposed to the 4.5 million now is that we're still not in World War II didn't last almost 20 years.
You got 17-year-old kids fighting a war.
You got World War II freaking.
They weren't even born when that happened.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So this more it starts to kind of like see, look, this one group, like I said, vote vets. I'm not on their side at all because I hate pretty much any political leaning, whatever. But all they did was just highlight it.
Really complicated discussion. This is about
one thing I
disability ratings, which isn't always necessarily.
Video or whatever you played was if you want socialized medicine, look at the fucking VA.
Right. Well, see, there's some things. Hang on. Now check this out. What he's going to say next. You guys are going to be like, what?
Tied to healthcare, but the idea that the healthcare you get is about service-connected disabilities. So if you go to war and you get injured, we'll take care of you. So when you come home, they try to rate how disabled you are, and that's how much care you get. Well, I could be rated for 50% right now if I wanted to be. I mean, just to have a totally, and vets know this out there, I could do ear and ankle and knee and back.
It's proportional,
because it's proportional for different injuries that you have. Groups out there, vets groups mostly, encourage vets to apply for every government benefit they can ever get after they leave the service. Because, well, why not, right? The government's giving it out. To me, the ethos of service is I serve my country because I love my country, and I'm going to come home and start the next chapter of my life. And if I've got a chronic condition, mental, physical, otherwise, the government better be there for me. But otherwise, I don't want to be dependent if I don't have to be.
You got to have personal integrity.
And right now, a lot of groups are convincing vets to give, get, take more from the system as opposed to just what you need for the service you gave.
And you compare the budget here. In 2007, the...
Did you hear that? Did you hear that shit?
That shit pisses me off. Don't go out and get the help that you need because, you know, there's warrior ethos.
Yeah, don't go. Yeah, see, so is his vote?
So you need help? Fuck that bullshit.
Yeah,
Fuck it. Your warrior ethos are more important at that point. You know, don't get the help you need. You know, suicide is fucking insane with veterans right now. So he didn't mention that. No?
So this was broadcast. This aired on April 5th. So everyone's flipping the fuck out. And, of course, after Vote Vets came out and said, hey, what the hell's up with this dude? Immediately fucking this dude came out and attacked him. He just came out and said, oh, you guys are left-leaning, blah, 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 blah. Now, this guy was supposed to be taking over VA Secretary Shulkin back in the day. He was one of Trump's lead named dudes to pick it to be part of the VA.
Well, there's a reason why he didn't get it then.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably, but the point being is that fucking dude, really, you're gonna sit there and make that comparison to it? And like I said, he does say some things that, you know, whatever, because it's like you said, he quote
exactly. No, he made something. He said something that made sense to me. You know, the VA is fucked up. I will agree with that. But saying that a soldier coming out or a veteran coming out is sucking up benefits, the maximum amount of benefits you can. I mean, okay, then why is the VA there at that point?
Right.
That's fucked up. No, don't say that shit.
Right. So the thing is that because proportionality is different to injuries. He says again, groups out there, vet groups mostly, encourage vet to apply for every government help they can ever get after they leave service. Why not?
Why not? It's there for us. Thank you. It is there for us.
Yeah, and then Brian Kilmeade says, well, you got to have integrity, and that's got to be a personal. Well, right now, a lot of groups are convincing vets to give and get more and take more from the system, as opposed to just take what you need from the service you gave. Damn. What kind of crap is that?
I don't know. I mean, I got like my social worker through the VA gets mad all the time. I say, I want to get a job. And she's like, if you get a job, you'll lose your benefits. I don't give a fuck. I want to work. You know, that's the integrity that I have. I don't know about y'all.
Right. No, you have to take this. You have to take this. You have to accept what you get. It's about integrity, right? You gotta have, and then Brian Kilmeade says you gotta have integrity. You gotta have personal integrity, right?
You have personal integrity to join the military and fight for your country and almost die and get fucked up. But I mean, that's a different story.
For real. Everyone has specific traumas, of course, they have to deal with. But don't come off and start saying anything about, there are veterans groups out there. These veterans groups are supposed to get, there are some things that the veterans just aren't told when they get out what they're entitled to. And sometimes they're not even told.
No, I totally agree with that. Like, I didn't find out to veterans, what was it called? Voc Rehab. Did not find out about that till just recently.
Right.
They didn't tell me about that coming out. That's a great program.
I just can't believe you said that. This is the guy that's got "We the People" tattooed on his arm. This is the guy that sits there and is all up about the troops and also the shit. Troops about the vet. It's about the vets and all that stuff. And now he says that, almost like he's talking about he was going to give me a shoe in for the job, like he was talking about it's all about budget and also, dude, are you fucking for real?
So he's pandering.
Pandering.
Well, I mean, it's pandering to who? Pandering to the fact that you got the government out there that wants to freaking cut costs. Let's cut costs. So let's go ahead and, naturally, of course, what greater place than Fox News?
On the veterans,
right?
Veterans, the easiest cost cut. There you go. Who cares? That's like 1% of the population at that point. Who cares?
I'm just.
My blood pressure's going up.
Well, you really don't sound. I mean, calm down, Pookie. You're like screaming right now. So
I don't do those. I get calm before I get angry.
No, I hear you, man. I when I saw that, I thought there's no way he did. There's no way anybody on Fox News is going to say some shit like that. There's no way that somebody on Fox News would ever say anything about, veterans, because there's no way. Government dependency in the VA. Look, government dependency in the VA, I think, is kind of different. It's just me.
I mean, it's better than being dependent on the government and not doing anything for society.
Is it dependent? Isn't dependent? For real? Is it dependent on the government? Think about it. Is it dependent or is it earned? See, that's where it starts getting. That's
more of an earned thing, I think. You know, like I went out there, I did my shit, I earned it. I've got more. What's it called? Oh God, I can't think of the name. I'm more available to government programs at this point than anyone. They're like,
yeah, I don't even like playing Foxcraft on here anyway.
I need food stamps. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's just here's the thing. The dude was I don't know what he was talking about. The way it's supposed to be is that the VA is there to take care and provide you services and resources for whatever disability and injuries you sustained, whatever. No matter what, there's always have been the fact that when you are it doesn't matter. You think you get out of the service and you've not been inflicted anything, or you've not endured anything. Then what the hell? Then why have the VA? No, everybody who gets out of the service there is the VA. That's why we have the fucking VA to say that. To say at this point in time, this many years of service, or blah, 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 you had to sustain this injury, blah, blah, blah. We'll make it service connected, and then we're going to go ahead and compensate you because it could possibly prevent you from working, and blah, 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 blah. How is that? I don't know. How is that not an?
It could be like the Civil War where they just paid you $50 if you lost a leg. I mean,
well, yeah, well, $50. I think they should be like, give you some loot. But what I don't get is that how is it that you sit there and say that there are veterans out there that are going to go ahead and take? What are you talking about? We just, as a matter of fact, the veteran community is just starting to realize just what the hell they were entitled to in the first place, because everyone's pushing against it. Before, I mean, you've ever seen some movies back in the 80s and 90s after the Vietnam vets came back and so much shit was fucking going on. Unreal. And everyone's talking about this group named Vote Vets as a political hack, left-wing socialist hack. That's not what they are. All they did was just highlight a video and said, yo, what the fuck? Why would you say something like that? Why would you bust some shits out like that?
This is easy to bust a small percentage of people. Just imagine if they said that against, I don't know, like all the food stamp recipients in Chicago. I mean, God, end of the world. You're a racist. You're an Islamophobe. At this point, I'm going to start calling people veterophobes.
Yes, I did, Bay. I had a great weekend. I had an outstanding, and it wasn't a good weekend. It was an outstanding weekend. I had a really good weekend. Thanks for asking. Hope you had a good weekend too. Jake, it's got a good point. He was bitching about Bernie at work, and this dude was telling him, "Yeah, but I bet you cash your VA check." You fuck yeah, I do. I went from running marathons to barely able to walk. You goddamn right, I cashed that check. God, see, it struck a nerve.
I was reading it. Damn.
Yeah.
I have Bernie Sanders' page.
Yeah.
On my Facebook, just so I can go in there and drop some common sense now and then. I got to drop a dime every now and then, but this is common sense shit.
Right.
You surprised the fucking shit that man be spewing.
Right. Man. God, I just can't believe he. Yeah. Again, this is Fox News. These are the guys that are rah, vets, and then you got a vet. Who does it? Like, really, dude?
Rah. No. It's just filling airtime. That's what they were doing.
You got them crickets out again?
Oh, there's frogs, crickets, got turtles, got possums. What else do you want to hear? I live next to a turtle preserve, like a literal fucking tortoise. You know, like the land crawling turtles. All the land is reserved for them. Every now and then they just come cruising up and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Hey."
The fear, Vetsplain, that's a good one too. Have a fear of having Vetsplain. The fear of having Vetsplain to you, especially from non-vets. Veterophobia. Yeah, again, everybody. Yeah. God, man.
Oh man. So are we a special interest group at this point?
Are we?
I don't know. Maybe we can pull some power.
No, dude. Yeah. We were told we were like fucking, like I guess we're the media and shit. Are we considered the media or not? I don't know. Are we? My point's this. My point is that you're not going to come on to any major news outlet and start talking about what veterans groups are not doing or what they should be doing. And you said, or hey, you know what? You could go ahead and give us a call, 415-889-8367, Pete. What's up with that, Pete? What's up, Troop?
I'm down with that.
Kind of explaining what's up, dude.
I'd like to hear Bernie Sanders explain shit to me as taxation is theft on the radio one night. But I mean,
yeah, when he said that, it's a personal integrity thing. Personal, you got to have integrity. Brian Kilmeade, of course, this comes off. You got to have personal. What are you talking about?
I mean, I agree with that. There's integrity. There's a lot of people who abuse the system.
Bingo. You're right. Then say that. Say that. Don't talk about the vet groups. Talk about people who are trying to grab it, that are trying to take. They're not required to do it. You get somebody who gets pissed off and butthurt because they didn't get 100%. Literally, you got people like that, and some of this shit don't rate it.
A lot of people who abuse the system. Like, I feel bad because I get 100%. I feel bad because, I would love to be working and shit, but I can't. And to call me a fucking slob or whatever the fuck he said, what did he say? Dependent, abusing the system or some shit.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm going to quote it again. He says, quote, "This is a really complicated discussion. It's about disability ratings, which is always necessary tied to healthcare, but the idea that the healthcare you go is about service-connected disabilities. If you go to war and you get injured, we'll take care of you. So when you come home and they try to rate you how disabled you are, and that's how much you care, that's how much care you get. Well, I could be rated for 50% right now if I wanted to be. I mean, I would have to totally, and vets know this out there, that I could do ear, ankle, and knee and back. You know what I mean? And if you're not doing it, then you didn't file your vet report down. Because I guarantee your ass will be getting some hearing aids and shit if you need it.
Well, so a lot of people don't file because they don't want to, because they feel like, I'm dependent on the system. And you know what? I applaud y'all, but go get your fucking benefits. God damn, dude.
Right. And that's another thing, too. If you're going to do it, again, with this, that's what we meant. Those same veteran groups out there are the very same ones that are discovering how many benefits veterans were already having that we're not getting. Some of this stuff is not new. Some of these veteran regulations haven't changed since 2004 or 2010 or fucking 1990. But these veteran organizations, these vet groups that go, it doesn't matter what party they lean on. If they're trying to get veterans benefits and stuff like that, they're not. There's some guys and gals that are out there that have been waiting forever for some of their benefits because nobody wants to see them. They don't know where to start. They don't know how to do it. They weren't afforded. They weren't accorded the same type of resources that the soldiers getting out are now getting. So they have to go to these veterans groups to get this stuff. So don't crack on the veteran. There are groups out there. There are groups out there right now that are convincing vets to give and take more than what the system is supposed to. Well, what are you talking about? No. Huh. Wrong answer. Wrong answer.
No. I mean, I'm sorry. I signed a bill at one point in time that, pretty much like deadlined my life for but 10 years, and I got fucked up overseas somewhere, and you're telling me that I cannot collect on that because I'm dependent on the system? I wasn't dependent on the system beforehand. You made me depend on the system.
Yeah, see, D-Max is in the chat saying that you do try to say that he was going to file for hearing aid shit, and he never deployed or was never issued those kind. Right? Right. So, something like that, yeah. But you as a fellow veteran aren't the ones to decide on that stuff. Go get it checked out, and then fucking see if it's good to go. Because you know what? I see you, and you see me, we may totally look like we're not busted the fuck up. No, there's some guys that just generally don't have that appearance of us looking busted up. There's some individuals that you know they're fucked up. Like I said, like Doc said, vet-splaining. Vet-splaining. Hi, I'm here to vet-splain.
Vet-splain. Veterophobia.
Veterophobia. That sounds like a fucking... Veterophobia. Vetero.
Sounds like a really bad venereal disease.
Get out of my head, dude. I was about ready. Hi, welcome to Veterophobia. What the fuck is that? I again, come on the show, Pete. More than happy to talk about it. Don't get the ass and shit. Don't go all you can't come on. You can't go on. Come on the WTF Nation and start pumping all that Fox News crap at us. I bet you if we asked CNN to come on and explain some of this shit, they wouldn't mind. I don't care.
They'd lie about everything then.
Well, I mean, they would at least they'd come on. You know what I mean? Or say what's up. But damn, dude, it's just again. So Pete, come on, shoot the shit. Talk about, or vote vets. Come on, and because all you did was just get a clip of the video, and that video I just played was pretty fucking self-explanatory. Or I guess it's gonna come on. It's gonna talk about some of the stuff too, about some of the veterans stuff like that. Can't wait to tell you guys. Yeah. I've been doing some research on this shit. I was like, oh wow. So if you guys have not seen the trailer, go on to the posted link right now. If you go to the post that you're listening to right now, you can see the damn the trailer right there in that link.
This Truth of Army Recruiting said VTSD is what it's called. That's the new venereal disease we came up with.
VDSD or some shit.
VTSD.
Yeah, I don't. Again, I'm not going to speak for anybody when it comes to that shit. Get Tommy. You talking about Tommy Lahren? Oh, what show would she come on? Oh, everyone gets quiet when I ask about Tommy Lahren, right?
Who is that?
she's the news commentator.
Yeah, on the Fox Nation. See Fox News even took our WTF Nation. Now they have Fox Nation. I wonder where they got that from. Fox Nation, maybe from WTF Nation. It's only been new. Anyway, she's like a veteran car ranter. She's in the car ranting at a camera and shit.
Oh, one of those. I mean, there's like a dime a dozen.
Right. I'm just saying she comes on, but I wonder who she would come on. I mean, who do we put her on with? What would be? I think her and Minx would be fucking hilarious going back and forth.
Oh God.
Oh God. Those two going back and forth. It'd be a fucking cat fight and shit. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, I love fucking with the media people. I mean, me and her might get along until I say taxation is theft.
Yeah, then once you say taxation is theft, and the next thing you know, they're like, well, taxes are reasonable. Yeah, see, you'd go for some stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that.
But my roads.
Yeah, my roads. Oh yeah, I would freaking seen. It would, yeah. It was gonna be a fucking it was gonna be a big fucking fight, I bet, just to see the fucking just going back and forth. Her and Tommy Lahren, Minx and Tommy Lahren on WTF Nation right now. I'm just saying, just quoting, just joking. It was a great fight. It was a great fight. I don't think she'd come on. She'll come on there and say some shit about the flag and then fucking bail out or something like that.
I was thinking we would need a lot of Excedrin.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh my god, she fucking. Oh, I couldn't even imagine. Oh yeah. Anyways, I don't know how we got from that, but anybody from Fox News, please. Anybody from the Fox Nation, we can say what the fuck you want. You guys can say what the fuck you want too. No one's gonna say shit. We don't care.
The Fox Nation, though.
Yeah. Yeah, because Fox Nation doesn't want a Fox Nation with a Fox Nation, so why you Fox Nation us Fox Nation with the WTF Nation? You want to mix it up? Fox Nation against the WTF Nation. Who will win? But
I will.
Right.
I would love to debate these fucking ads.
Oh, I know. And then put her on there with exactly. We're like freaking have rant music on the background. Put her on with Flash. That's what Truth Army Recruiting said. That would think be fucking hilarious.
By the end of it, it'd be like, but the roads,
the roads, yeah.
Fuck your roads.
So we're gonna take a break right quick before our guest comes on, and then we will hang out and shoot the shit. Again, I'm excited to come on, having him come on and shoot the shit about this movie. Again, I haven't seen this movie Trooper. I haven't seen it come out. So check out the trailer while we're on break. If you look at the Facebook post, it is in the post itself, so you can see there's a little link on there. You can see the trailer at. So if you didn't catch it in the beginning of the show, then again, obviously you'll be able to see it then. So we'll take a break and we'll see you in a second. Shouts.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
take this photograph. Tell me what it is you see when you look at me. Deep into the photography, I don't really need your sympathy. Just tell me your thoughts. Have I got what they got? And is it a plot done for naught? Am I not like you because I do what I do? Who knew that I could lose a few of you cause I bleed blue? But it's true, I know cause I see it every day as I work and I sleep the day away. Like you I have pain and like you I have fear. Can I pay all of the bills and still make it through the year? Will I make it home alive? Should I pray to the sky every day and every night? Will I hold you by my side? But in the public eye, I don't even have a heart. A robot of the system moving only when I'm told to start. Rip apart my art, I'm strong like a flower blooming. You got it all wrong, I know I'm breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
Call me a vet like a soldier. Green beret, 21 gun salute, don't wanna see the day. In the constant war zone, in the home of the brave, where they hate the police until they saving the day. I got kids like you, a mortgage like you, so blue lives matter, and so does yours too. All this separation and divide, open your eyes. If you cut us all open, we the same inside. The only difference is I run to the gunfight. Your peace when it's chaos, when the people don't act right. But I'm under scrutiny for trying to protect me. You pull a pistol and I'm shooting for trying to contest me. I got a quick second to make a deadly decision. The media portray me like a kid for a living, like I'm cold with no heart, a brain with no thoughts, a body with no feeling, a life with no cause.
Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. I'm damned if I do, and damned if I don't. It's like every single time I say what's on my mind, they go for my throat, they spew evil words. If you are absurd, always grinding, grinning, and killing my soul with these verbs. Hold me down, like I can't gasp for air. I'm closed inside of a box, like I'm inside Fort Knox. Every time that I'm there, I don't know why they think that I'm different from you. All that's true is I'm a like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
All right, welcome back to part 2 of the Monday edition with Ice and Pookie, and of course with our guest Christopher Martini. What's up, Chris?
Hey, how you doing?
Man, you tell me. I didn't, dude. This is like a sleeper hit. I didn't know this came out. So tell us about this flick.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a low budget, you know, indie movie. We shot it, you know, a while back. It's about a veteran coming home with PTSD, amongst other things. It also kind of delves into not only PTSD, but, you know, health issues from certain exposure to chemicals like DU and that kind of thing. But the thing that this movie does different, because I know there's a lot of movies out there, is it tells the multi-generational impact of war on a family of veterans. So you see the same thing happening to the dad who's a Vietnam vet, and then it keeps going on to the younger brothers when they get home from Iraq and Afghanistan.
So is this based on a true story?
It's not based on a true story per se. I was involved with a documentary on veterans that got into Gulf War syndrome and PTSD and that kind of thing. And so after a year of working on this documentary and hearing footage from all these veterans, it really made an impact on my life. So I wrote this script very, very quickly after it. So I could say that, it's based on, fact. It's based on, stories of veterans that have gone through the same thing, but not one individual in particular.
Did it, real quick, I'm just going over some of the IMDb stuff. So this thing was shot in 14 days.
Yeah, it was my first feature. So I poured all my money into it. I wrote, directed, I acted in it. And I basically was able to make this movie because one of the jobs that I was working on was late, paying me a couple checks. So they all came in at once. And I said, I got some other investors together and I said, let's make a movie. But so there was three other investors. One of the investors is actually a veteran herself. Her name's Lori Renwick, and she's an Iraq veteran. And she came in. She's actually a lieutenant colonel, and she came in at the last minute with kind of finishing funds to help push this movie over the edge. I think she related a lot to the subject matter. A lot of veterans have said that we have told their story. So, it's a small little film, but we were able to really focus on the issues and kind of hit all the points. So we've had a huge veteran response. We've had tons of screenings for vets.
I was going to ask you, how did you come up with the storyline? Like, what was it? You said it was taken from a documentary, but did you actually talk to some veterans and say, "Hey, look, dude, you mind if we put this stuff in here? Or you mind if we kind of blab this out?" Because I know some of the subject matter was damn, it was pretty sensitive.
Well, as I said, I have family that are veterans, and I know veterans, and while I was making this. Jerry Della Sala is an Iraq veteran. He was in the movie. I actually had him play a civilian, which he thought it was pretty funny. but he was our military advisor, so he was on set the whole time we were filming to help us get the story accurate and that kind of thing. All the little details that I wouldn't know about. So we had a lot of veteran input. Jerry was actually. I remember this one day when we were doing this scene that takes place at the VA where, the VA has lost my medical records, and I go off on the doctor played by Robert Walden, who was in All the President's Men. But Jerry was in the room, and I remember seeing his face in there. So having a veteran on set made that scene, very real to me, very emotional. So, to answer your question, there's a lot of veteran input. Even when we were screening rough cuts of the film, I took notes from veterans, and I basically changed the movie based on their input. So I really made them part of the movie. We did a screening in Florida, and there were Vietnam vets in there, and after talking to one of them, I realized that I needed more hope at the ending of the movie for any veteran that were to see this movie, something positive they could take home with. So I actually changed the ending of the movie based on, my conversation with that one Vietnam vet.
And so since it doesn't say, since it wasn't in the movie, I won't spoil it. I mean, it's an old movie, but I won't spoil it. So what was going to be the alternate? What was going to be the original ending?
Well, you're asking the greatest question. I'm really glad you answered that. In the interviews, I don't get asked that a lot, but basically, I wrote this script very quickly, and it made a finalist in a competition. That's what made me decide to write it, but it necessarily was not, fully the story that I ended up telling. So the second half of the movie, my character, starts going down, sort of one of these roads that might lead towards, like Iraq and Afghanistan veterans against the war. He starts conjuring thoughts of speaking out and fighting the government, this kind of thing. So I shot that, that half of the movie, and I realized, in doing that, the good majority of the veterans that were involved in the film, the veterans that I know, would not do that. So without giving away, the ending of the movie or what happens, I can say that, my character does not do that, and he does now what, most soldiers might do, which is, sort of like, suck it up and bite the bullet.
Gotcha. No, I was just picking at it because, most filmmakers, when they come on here and they say, yeah, I had to rewrite the story. I do this with any other filmmaker that comes on too, and I find out about their movies. I'm like, oh, okay, so what happened? What was the alternate ending? They're like, oh, well, because then, because I wanted to know, especially in a movie like this, did it seem like to you? Did it seem like this was going to be just another? Because we have. Is it a positive outlook? Is it a positive light with the negative shit going around with the main character?
It's positive in that it gets people to empathize, I think, with what returning veterans are going through, and because there's so much love for veterans in every ounce of this movie that I think that's the positive thing from it. And yes, and the ending has a positive note. I'm not going to say what it is.
Of course.
Yeah, but I think that Hollywood movies, especially the big budget ones, have an obligation to their investors and and the studios, for ROI, to return their investment. I mean, like, honestly, we didn't give a shit about that. We wanted to tell a movie about soldiers, coming home from war, and it was important that this movie was embraced by the veteran community. So I like all the veterans who have seen it, have said that we have told their story better, and I think we had more freedom to do that. I'm sorry for swearing. I don't know if I can do that on this show. But
fuck yeah, you can do that, man. Oh, you got plenty of. You can drop whatever F-bomb you want. You know what I mean? And you got plenty of time to articulate. There's a lot of people that try to rush in an interview, and one thing about us is that we give you as much much time we need to get it out. I mean, we've had interviews go 2 hours, so. But that was because it was like job hunting shit and tips and tricks for the job market. But I'm not saying this is not a serious subject, but it is. Did when you wrote this,
one positive note, that the most powerful part of the story is the relationship between the father, who's a Vietnam vet, and the son, who's the Iraq vet. Now they both have PTSD, so it shows sort of the multi-generational passing on the PTSD from one generation to the next. Now the dad has had issues with Agent Orange, and the son is also going through his own issues with the DU. So, but it's their relationship which is the core of the story, and it's not the civilians that are going to help him. It's the dad. He's a vet. He understands it. So it's this idea of vets helping vets. And that's the positive note. I've been hanging out with veterans since I started this film, and they're also active in helping each other, get through their issues, and they're really the only people that can do it because they're the only people that understand truly.
No, I hear you. But you also, I mean, you just didn't have anybody else just embrace it. You had like another. You want some awards for this thing.
Yeah, it won. It went to Garden State Film Festival. It won an award there, and it screened at some other festivals. One of the coolest things that happened was we had all these popular songs in the soundtrack. It's hard to make a veteran movie without kick-ass, like a kick-ass soundtrack, something that somebody deployed might listen to. But buying the rights to all those songs is a huge task when you made a film for no money. Most of the songs we couldn't get, but the coolest part about this was Bruce Springsteen and Bob Dylan both gave us a song after, I guess, seeing the trailer. But that was sort of an unheard of thing. Apparently they never do this. So,
no, they don't. No, they're really. One thing about artists, once they've been settled and all that stuff, they don't give shit out for free. They don't. I mean, they don't.
No,
they don't.
I think it was like one of these songs normally might cost like $1 million.
Correct.
But
correct. Yeah, they don't give that shit out. DU is depleted uranium. People were asking what DU meant. So a lot of individuals that were around exploding vehicles and stuff that were struck by some of our munitions. Some of our munitions are heavy use, not just the A-10 Warthog, but other weapon systems use depleted uranium because of its density to penetrate armor. And so when that explodes, that's all those particulates and dusts get in the air. People were asking in the chat. So and they're like as I said, this film deals with all many issues, and that's one of them. That was a good vehicle to show that that all this stuff happens while you're deployed, that just gets swept under the rug when you get home. There's no way of proving this or that. It took 50 years before these blue water veterans got they just won the court case with to get treatment for Agent Orange exposure in Vietnam. So that was just, it was a vehicle to show that not only PTSD, TBI, but there's like the burn pits, and there's so many issues that our veterans take home that they're so hard to prove because you're not going to get them documented when you're deployed. There's too much going on, and but all of these things need to be treated, and our vets need to be taken seriously when they come home and they say this or that is wrong with them. So that was my whole idea for adding that into the film. Now, did some of this parallel a little bit of your experience as well?
I am not a veteran, but I've talked to many, and this was a very real thing, obviously, for the Gulf War veterans. Many of them have gotten behind this film, also, but as I said, I think we hit a lot of the major points.
Right. Now, you also had a review from the Huffington Post. What was their reaction to it? Like, how did you get told that hey, dude, the HuffPo is going to fucking give this shit up? What's up? What was your reaction to that? I mean, so how'd you hear about it? Because, like I said, you're getting good reviews about a subject that nobody likes talking about. It's hard to talk about veteran issues and stuff like that without somebody, bashing the whole intent of what you were trying to make. You know what I mean? You're out to show the tribulations and the issues that veterans are facing, returning from war, and it didn't make it into a fucking docudrama about some other shit. You know what I mean?
Well, the Huffington Post is like a traditionally, I guess, very left wing newspaper.
Dude, no, really, dude, tell. But you're right.
So, but that's it's an interesting point about sort of what this film means to people politically, because and I'll circle back to the Huffington Post thing, but so I shot this film in New York, and we had a lot of, well-known New York actors in this film. We did a screening at the Actors Studio, which is a really prestigious acting school here in New York. So this was one of our first screenings to, an extreme left-wing audience. And I'm telling you, man, there were tears, there were laughter. And the crazy thing is, like, all these people, walked out saying, this was an anti-war film. And so when we screened it for the veterans, like at the 101st Airborne, at the Gulf War reunion, for Iraq and Afghanistan veterans at NYU and John Jay, we did all these screenings. Now, that's a totally different audience. And they came out of it seeing, a film that is not anti-war, that's pro-soldier. So the very interesting thing about Trooper is that I think, we had found a way to bring both of these audiences together and take them through the veteran experience, which is, I think, quite unique. Now, the Huffington Post, they really honed in on this idea of the DU, because the DU is very critical of the government, and I guess that's what they like writing about. So, but it was a good review, and we were happy to receive it.
So, any other like I don't know, any future endeavors about veteran related stuff? I mean, because it seems like you're starting to be on a roll. You got Springsteen and Dylan supporting you some stuff musically. You got a HuffPo. You got a film festival. How did that go about submitting your movie for a film festival? How did you intend to do that, or just somebody submitted it for you?
Yeah, film festivals are really hard to get into, but what happened with this one is, we sent it to Sundance Film Festival, and I got an email from the head of programming over there, and they were basically like, look, man, you made a really good movie. And they usually don't personalize their letters, and you don't usually get a letter from the head of the film festival. I think he saw something very good in it, and there was no way that he could not tell me, maybe his word would get around or something. I don't really know why, but I think maybe our film wasn't for them, for that kind of an audience. And the same thing happened at Tribeca Film Festival. I was literally talking to the programmers there. One of the programmers said, look, man, the 4 programmers here really want it. And then they ultimately didn't take it, because, this movie, there's so much love for veterans. And I just think ultimately there was too much, if that makes any sense.
Wait, what do you mean? So too much love for? I don't get it. Explain.
Well, I think maybe politically, as I said, we kind of different audience see different things in the movie. I think ultimately politically it might not have been, for them. But we went to other festivals, and it won awards. So. And now we're getting a release through the Exchange, so we're going to be in some theaters on bases. So that's going to be sort of the next wave of this film, is sort of a theatrical release on military bases. So that's pretty exciting.
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. This thing's almost freaking 10 years old. I'd not seen this shit. Nobody had told me about this stuff until I started doing my research once. Because all the hosts, they get their guests to go over the research of who they're going to talk to, and I start researching this shit. And I'm looking around. I'm like, and I was like, where's the rest of it? And then I see the 2010. I'm like, wow. I posted your Vimeo link on the post that we posted for the show right now. So if you got, I told everybody to check that out while we were playing some music during the break, so they could see the trailer, because I also played the trailer at the beginning of the show. But also, if you guys want to check it out, you have the way you have it set up on there. You have your little video stream. You can rent it or you can download it or something like that to watch it. If you guys want to check it out on Vimeo.
It's also on Amazon. it's on Amazon there. But back to what you were saying, like, you know, we shot it so long ago, but the topic is still current. You
right?
know,
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
And the thing about it is you know, so many veterans have loved this movie, and if we just sort of let it die a slow death, you know, I don't think they would forgive us, because, you know, I think they loved it so much, and, you know, we really keep trying to push it to get it out there so more veterans can see it. It's, you know, there's so much content out there, and, you know, in the media world, in the film world, you know, with Netflix and Amazon, all that kind of stuff. It's so easy to get buried in just all this garbage. So it's this, you know, we shot it so long ago, but it's kind of like we refuse to give up. We're determined to get our film seen. It's more like that kind of thing, you know?
No, I hear you. John Jay College of Criminal Justice Veterans Group saw this shit too?
They did. That was a younger group of veterans. I love that screening because, you know, you know, most of the country might think that, you know, veterans are a certain kind of person or this and that, but at that screening, it was, you know, sort of like all ages, all races, and that group that saw it there was so cool. Every year in the veterans parade, I meet up with them when I can do it. But they're a great group of people there from John Jay.
So is this gonna? You think are you gonna make another? I mean, because you know you know, a lot of independent filmmakers start off small like this. You got any future stuff to work with, any type of veteran issues or military stuff like that? Any biters from the DoD coming out to talk to you about, hey, could you make something for about awareness and all that? Have they picked it up? Are they talking about, aside from the 101st?
So I have right now we're dealing with the Exchange, trying to get in these theaters on bases. But a while back, I was speaking to the DoD TV channel, and you know, they expressed interest a long time ago, but you know, we were still playing film festivals, and we had a distribution deal at the time, so we weren't ready to hand it over to them. So I have to circle back with them. I'm definitely gonna call the DoD again, try to get it shown on the TV station.
It's awesome. Only because of the fact that I know that it's hard to get into that market with the Exchange. I don't even know. They don't even do the base theaters anymore. Do they even have theaters anymore? Shit. I'm like freaking. I'm like, bro. I'm like, bro. You might be barking up a dry hole there. I don't know. I don't know if they even have.
There are.
Go ahead.
There are some, and they're doing a very special deal with us.
Oh, okay.
You know,
oh, gotcha. Okay.
Because they like the film. They really want to help us. So
that's awesome.
They're doing a special one. That's all I can say.
And I don't remember that. I understand there's some specific agreements that you have to work with other dissemination routes that they like to keep their shit quiet because, of course, you know, yeah, we could do that, and they don't want to have that misleading.
Well, they play big Hollywood movies, you know, so we're really small, so they're making a real exception to show this, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah. It one of those things that I can't understand is that the way I see it, if it's a veteran type film or documentary, they should open it up for like AFIs. This should be for like amateur film night, or that should be like a film festival.
AFIs.
Yeah, AFIs. Instead, AFIs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So.
You guys probably saw that my brother's in it. He's got a huge following. You guys know Max Martini?
Max Martini.
So he was in.
Am I going to piss anybody off if I say no?
Well, did you ever see a show called The Unit?
Of course.
So my brother's in my movie. That's my brother, Max Martini.
Oh, so Max Martini. Oh, he's in the unit. He's the I know who he is. Got it. Okay, that's your brother.
That's right,
dude.
So he's also in my movie. So if I can convince him to come to one of the screenings, we might get more people to show up. So he plays my brother in my movie.
Got it. Okay.
And he has a veteran movie out right now, also Sergeant Will Gardner. So we have competing veteran movies right now.
It's a back and forth with vet films and all that. So what is he? Except he's except your brother's not on WTF Nation Radio. You are. So there you go. There's the one up. How about that?
He'll probably be calling you guys after this interview.
Because a lot of veteran community stuff comes out on here, and I'd say we got a fairly large audience. I'm just saying, just saying.
No, that's great.
But yeah, no, I seen him in the unit. I like that TV show, or I liked it when it was on. But yeah,
so we're both. The thing about my brother and I is we love vets. We have so many veteran friends. We're both not veterans, but we're like super involved in the veteran community. So there will be more projects for sure. I am working on a project about Cold War fighter pilots.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
Kind of hard to get.
I was going to ask you next. Yeah, so what's the next project you have on the docket for your filmmaking stuff? So you got this film about Cold War fighter pilots. Yeah, Danger Zone. Cold War fighter pilots, like Top Gun 3 or some shit. What's up? What do you got going on?
Yeah. That project was really hard to get traction. I had to put it on the back burner. The thing is like, even, we try to sell it to History Channel, but, I guess the Cold War is not a huge, money maker for them. So,
well, I'll tell you what, there was some stuff that happened in the Cold War, spy shit and stuff like that would blow people's minds that would happen during the 80s and stuff, and 70s.
Yeah, if we turned it into a spy movie, we'd probably get more traction. It's a documentary, so,
got it.
Basically, I was talking to the fighter pilots of the USS Saratoga, and they used to get intercepted by these Russian bears all the time. So we had, the bear fighter pilots. We had the Russians and the Americans, and we're going to bring them together for a reunion. But it's a project that I still want to do, but we had to put it on the back burner.
Yeah, I would love to see something like that. I mean, think about it though. Would you want to see the people you were like that was your bad guy? Like, I don't know. There's some. If I was a fighter pilot and I was going up against another fighter pilot, would you want to see them? You want to see your old enemy? Would you?
No. I would love to see it. I'm like, hey man, what's up?
You didn't get me, huh, punk?
Smoke a cigarette, drink some vodka, man. Come on, man.
Would you really want to do that though? I mean, I'm kind of like, motherfucker, you just shot at me. Why the hell do I want to be cool with you and shit?
Well, that's the whole thing about the documentary, is that there was a lot of stuff that happened in the air. They used to like mess with each other. There was no like animosity. They'd be like flashing Playboy magazines at each other and like mooning each other. But yeah, I imagine some of them are still not wanting to see the Russians, but.
Sounds like day-to-day Army activities.
Yeah, I was about to say. So it was like a documentary of a WTF moment between fighter pilots and freaking Russian bear pilots. That's awesome. Except Russia. I don't know if I want to hear about some guy mooning each other. I'd get bitten pissed off. Oh, you damn Russian pilots! You're showing us your ass,
Well, that's the documentary needs a little more conflict. I think that's why we haven't. That's the whole thing about the Cold War, So, but yeah, and I'm working on some non-veteran related stuff. But there will be more. Just because it's always current.
So do you think there's not, and that's a good question, do you think there's not, as a filmmaker, not enough movies about the Cold War, or do you think that everyone's on the hotness about Somalia, Iraq, Afghanistan, and then that's it? There's all the I mean, I understand there's plenty of material with almost being 20 years in war, but do you think that it's overplayed as a filmmaker?
Yeah, it's all like, spy movies and this and that, I guess that project's been sitting because I have to determine if I would want to see a movie about that also, if that makes sense,
Right.
You always have to be careful before you get into a project, just because it's probably going to be like 5 years of your life. Movies take a long time, so, I think I still want to do it, and I got to do it before before they all die, before we're talking, these are older pilots, they're talking like 60s or 70s.
Right.
It was the year, when they intercepted each other, but,
well, I don't want to sit there and I mean, because I want to ask you real quick, what made you want to do this? What was the fire that said, you know what, I think I'm going to do a movie about veterans? I'm gonna. What was it that caused it?
The documentary that I worked on, was there was some really graphic stuff. I was combing through like hours and hours of combat footage, and I saw a lot of shit in that footage. A lot of death, a lot of destruction, and I think as a civilian, it was a huge wake up call for me. I was at the time, I don't think I was the same person, because I realized, like, this is what's happening in the world, and I think, like, so many Americans are very sheltered, and they don't quite understand, there's wars going on, people are dying, and and I think once I realized that, I realized just how important it is to have a military, and I saw so much living in New York, so much disdain for the military, so much, it was like almost reminiscent of Vietnam, when the Vietnam vets came back and they got spit on. And I would just hear people talking, and, I really wanted to make a movie that showed, the heart of the veteran, and not, portraying a veteran as just, simply a killer, but so, I really wanted to humanize veterans after seeing this, after seeing like what's going on in the world. It really woke me up to all of that.
Now, do you think, have you heard, I mean, has anybody else, any veterans aside from like individual guys saying, hey man, this changed my way of thinking, this changed my mind about stuff like that? Have you had anybody give you any personal accounts afterwards? Not just like this, just not like collectively, but like if you had somebody just like take you off to the side and like, hey bro, I appreciate you doing this. Have you had any of that type of stuff? Any type of testimonials?
Yeah, I mean, many. I mean, I've seen. I have this small group of veterans that have stuck with me over the years, and they just, whenever I post something, they get on there and they start sharing and they start talking about it. And these are the people that were at my screenings. I can tell you about, a special forces guy from Vietnam who stuck with me this whole time. And, I might have even seen him in, like in tears during the screening, and I've had people get up and leave because they just can't take it. It's too close to home. There's another guy that was at the John Jay screening. He's, a really good friend of mine now. He was in the 1st Cavalry in Iraq, and his whole unit got wiped out. He was like the only guy that survived. And he came back and when he came back to New York, his parents disowned him. He was homeless, living in Central Park, and he became an alcoholic. And so he was at one of my screenings. Yeah, I guess he had turned his life around, put himself through college, and was getting a degree. And now he's doing very well, and he helps other veterans. But he was one of these veterans who saw the movie and just said, man, it was like watching myself. And it's a huge compliment. We didn't really know what kind of movie we had until after we made it. And, all that we knew was that we were trying to get it right and to be accurate and to put as much heart into it as we could. So, I had this like small group of people that have stuck with me who have kind of shared similar responses.
That's good shit. I mean, it's always good to hear stories about like that, because I think a lot of it is that nobody just wants to be forgotten. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what I got from the synopsis of your movie. And everyone's we were just talking about vet splaining earlier. People trying to explain veteran issues to us and them not, so tell us about yourself. Not about, I don't want to hear about your brother. I want to hear about you. So tell Matt, hey bro, we didn't talk about you, man. We just we didn't want to talk about you, but we wanted to. He's probably listening right now going, "What an asshole."
No.
So tell us about. So where do you come from? Where are you from originally?
Okay, so I was born in Dallas, Texas. My dad was from Italy. He was an artist, a sculptor from Italy, and my mom was from Dallas. She was a parole officer, and so
oh wow,
they met. Yeah. And they met. It was the '60s, man. It was the '60s. They met in San Francisco, and then my brother and sister and I popped out. And then my they split up. My mom married an actor. Did you guys ever watch the Rockford Files?
I watched.
You guys are too young, I'm sure.
No, oh my God, thank you. No, I've seen the Rockford Files with James Garner. Yes.
Okay, so James Garner's sidekick, Angel, that's my stepfather.
Whoa, dude, really? Just the way you said that. Yeah, his stepfather, his sidekick's my stepfather. Just so nonchalant. Damn, we had some Hollywood royalty on here.
We're a little film circus, our family. My sister is a costume designer. She, if you guys watch the Super Bowl, she had 3 commercials that she did the costumes during the Super Bowl. One of the greatest ones she did this year was did you guys see the NFL commercial where like all the players were tossing the balls in that like banquet hall?
Yes. That was a hilarious.
She did all the wardrobe on that one, but so we moved around a lot. I guess a film family is kind of similar to a military family. You move around a lot. We kind of lived all over the place, and then we're all making movies now. That's pretty much my life story. I went to NYU. I went to film school in New York, and kind of started working on set, working my way up from the bottom. I was a production assistant, and kind of I did every position on set to try to learn how it all happened, and I'm kind of producing and directing now. So still have a ways to go. Making movies is a huge challenge to me. I just constantly pushing myself to get better and better.
Of course. Now I understand. I could totally imagine how much of a pain in the ass that can be sometimes too. No, I'm serious. It's like because you're trying to get together a project, and all that. Did you have? Now you shot all this in 14 days. You shot Trooper in 14 days. How? I mean, how was it? I mean, that's a really tight schedule. Can you kind of go over it a little bit?
Yeah. Okay. So, it was it was probably the toughest thing I ever did. I mean, I was so we shot the whole film for I can say because it was almost nothing. We shot the whole thing for $60,000. The whole movie. And which is really nothing. And I was writing, directing, acting, location managing, craft service. I pretty much did everything, and it was very hard. I think I had the flu the whole time, which probably helped give off the effect of PTSD a little bit. So we had one vehicle. I had to change my wardrobe on the street in my bare feet, and it's really kind of guerrilla filmmaking. We didn't have permits, and we would shoot 12 pages a day, which is insane. I think a lot of TV shows, they shoot 6 pages a day, so we were kind of doubling the output of like a big TV show. And we just we lit the whole film with like available light, hardware store lights, whatever we could afford, which was nothing, So there's actually a making of documentary on Trooper. It might be on Vimeo or YouTube, but you can kind of see all my trials and tribulations making the film. I was engaged and my marriage fell apart during the movie. It was a huge undertaking, but I don't have any regrets for doing it. The veteran response has been amazing.
So you used just like normal camera. What kind of cameras did you use? I mean, did you just decide to? Would you use some freaking some Canons or something like that? Did you use your iPhones or something? How did that? I mean, because you're talking about you didn't have any film. I'm like, dude, how did you film it?
So, my DP and my cinematographer and I, like, we've actually shot on film before, but this was back in, this is like 2010. This was before like the 5D and then the Canon and all that. We shot this on this camera called the Panasonic DVX 100A. It was a groundbreaking camera, but it's actually, it's sort of standard def that has the film look. It was the only camera we could afford. So, there's it's kind of well known in film, in the film world, that it doesn't matter the camera you use. So if there's any aspiring filmmakers out there, it really does not matter the camera you use. It's really all about the story and the acting, and that's what's like really going to set you apart. So, if there's anyone listening out there that wants to make movies, and you don't have the money to do it, there's nothing stopping you. There really isn't. Just your creativity.
Now, then you did your own editing. You did it all by yourself, or did you have help?
I did all the editing too, because I worked as an editor for a long time.
Uh-huh.
So it was really weird, the whole process of sort of writing about a veteran, and then playing that guy, because I would have to do these scenes where I'm having flashbacks, or I'm like losing my memory, or this or that, and so I would have to recall all these events in my head, and then having written, acted, and then edit it. So now I'm like looking at myself over and over again. So there's a little bit of insanity involved when you're dealing with it on that many levels. I don't advise it. hire actors, hire an editor. Just I would never fucking do it again, you guys. Never.
Okay. So what's up with your brother Max? How come he didn't help? What's up with that, Max? How come he didn't help your little bro?
No, he did. He did. So he in the movie he plays my brother who's still deployed, right?
Right.
And so we needed to shoot these scenes that took place in Iraq. So I got on the plane with my little camera. I flew out to LA where my brother was living. He had a Marine buddy that worked as like a stuntman or a prop guy, who knew this like abandoned army base, outside of LA in the desert that we could use. So we drove out there. It was just me, my brother, and this guy, and he pulled up. He had a Humvee, and he had a rifle and all this other kind of stuff. So he literally donated everything. So we were able to film a scene that took place in Iraq for like almost nothing.
That's awesome. Well,
so my brother did help. He did help a lot, cooking all that up.
Gotcha. I'm just messing with you. Because we want Max to come on too to talk about some other stuff, but I don't want to sit there. But this is your time. This is your show. This is your interview.
I can get him on the show.
Awesome.
I'll have to give the younger brother strong arm.
I was about to say, man, you need to throw that younger brother influence that you were able to get on WTF Nation Radio first. And
yeah. Well, I won't even have to say anything. He'll find out, and he'll want to one up me. So you'll probably get a call from him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Check this out. At least I was on WTF Nation Radio. Break his balls about it.
He'll probably want to go twice as long, just to have one up on me.
Well, he's got we won't talk about him. He's gonna have to come out and talk about his film projects, but at any rate,
yeah, he just made a great movie called Sergeant Will Gardner.
Yes, that's what
he had a little
about
bit
that.
more money than I did.
Yeah, we were just talking. Yeah, we were just kicking that around. So that was one of the things that I've seen that I'm interested in watching myself. So, but I didn't put the two together when I was like Christopher Martini, and I was like, Martini, where have I known that place? And then you said, because it's Massimilian Martini, not just not Max. So it was just like, wait a minute, is that Max? Wait, that's the dude from the unit. And then I'm like, holy shit. Chris beat you first, Max. Sorry.
You could ask Max. We're just making these veteran films so we have a lot of veteran friends, so that we feel very safe.
Well, you guys are always welcome to come on. Hey, Chris, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate you coming on with us, man.
Anytime, you guys. Just I really, really appreciate you guys giving me this air spot. I hope people watch my film on Amazon. Just put in Trooper and Martini. You should find it there.
We dropped a link on the post, anyways.
Please share and review. As an independent filmmaker, you really need that kind of support.
All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for coming on. So this is Christopher Martini, and debuting his film about a while back, Trooper. You can see it on all. You can see the link posted right there on Vimeo and of course on Amazon. Check it out, and then we're gonna take a break right quick, and we'll be right back. So shots.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Looking up and fading out, serious shapes I found blow me away. Van Allen ride pushing through. Skin is brown, nature has us trapped in fear. So I get lost in sound. I wonder if you'll ever know why I am the way I am. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life and it's never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? Constellation theme, mapping stars that are meant to be. Geminis are free of suicidal kings. This misty maze of me, so obvious yet never seen. Feeling though the fog will lift to find me lost at sea. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life and it's never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? Myself and I am so lost, it's beautiful, far away from life. But I want your visible feeling to be mine. Oh, I just don't get it. When will your heart beat with my mind? I've been thinking a lot. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life and it's never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me?
Hey, Private Smedlap, what do you think about this? You have to go to the White House to find out about that.
It's Friday night and I'm feeling low, and you're the reason that I do so. I'll keep on drinking till I comatose, or I pass out on the floor. You got me staring out the window, 8 hours late and you're a no-show. Where I'm from, that's called a no-go. Right here, right now. I'm better without you. Your face on my mind. Right here, right now. I'm better without you. I've had this for some time. But right now, I know that I'm better on my own.
Facebook Live. I've never heard of this shit.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back with part 3 of the Monday edition. We don't have nothing other than no. Wait a minute, we don't have Flash here, so we don't have to do no sports zing. we're not. Me and Pookie don't give a shit about sports, so that I just kind of like play along with fucking Flash when he says, we're into sports, blah blah blah, and then I poke fun at whatever his favorite teams are, the Yankees, so and break balls about that shit. But I don't really, sports things. What we got going on for sports? Anything big in sports anybody wants to talk about? Okay, thank you. Anyway, so the next thing we're going to talk about is
sports.
Yeah, so much for sports. And that was it for sports. All right, real quick. So things that are going on in the military realm. We already talked about the Homeland Security. What's her name? Kirsten Nielsen has resigned from her position as the cabinet secretary for that. Let's see. Iran has now designated their fucking Iran's National Guard Force a terrorist organization, which I thought we had already done that. Not really that much going on. It's kind of like I don't know. We still got Russians in Venezuela. That'd be a cool story to talk about.
There's Russians in Venezuela.
Yeah, dude. What do you think they've been getting the oil and stuff for them? Yeah, dude, they were like hanging on because we all talked about this stuff right here between Maduro and Guaido, the two people who were vying for power in the country of Venezuela, and of course, Vladimir Putin says it ain't gonna happen, so he decided to send a bunch of contractor guys out there, kind of like their version of Blackwater, or what would you call it? Russian water, vodka water.
The little pussies that got burned up by our troops in Syria.
Yes. Yeah, those guys.
All right, got you.
Yeah, those guys that picked a firefight with our Marines, and we killed 100 of them. But of course, they were contractors, they were not considered government troops. But at any rate, Vladimir Putin is still saying that he is still going to be there, and Russian planes carrying about 100 military personnel and 35 tons of their equipment arrived in Caracas on the 24th of March, and they are hanging out there and seeing what's up. Honestly, everyone's talking about how we want to go to war. We need to go to war about the oil. I mean, that freedom, freeing the people.
Freedom oil.
Free the oil. Is that what it is? Are we on the oil kick?
We need a freedom oil.
So the Citgo gas company that you guys see running around, believe it or not, that is a company that is run in Venezuela, and they have they do have a market of the world's oil distribution. However, they mostly give it to China and Russia, and then they give it to, I think, like Cuba or something like that, against the embargo, of course. So they showed up and started providing support to the Venezuelan government, and like I said, Ivan is out there doing his shit.
Were we really about to invade them?
Well, there's a lot of talk about this stuff. I mean, currently, right now, what you got other countries that are around there. You got Colombia and Brazil and shit around them. So you let them fucking do it. You don't have to go down there and start them shits. Do we want to go down there, dude? We are still in Iraq and we're still in Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
Today,
I just come in. Como se dice, or whatever. How?
Yeah, como se dice, donde está baño? Where I got to go to the bathroom. In speaking of which, we're talking about Afghanistan. We had 3 soldiers, 3 U.S. troops, and a contractor killed today in Bagram.
Jesus.
By a
that's not the first this week. There's been multiple throughout the week.
Yeah, so it's been of course nobody knows who they are yet because we're pending notification of family. But yeah, 3 U.S. troops and a contractor killed at Bagram and a VBIED with, of course, there were some injuries to other personnel as well.
In America, we're still at war.
Yeah, that's another thing too. We're still doing our shit.
We're still at war. No one seems to understand it, but whatever. I say that every day.
Infinity War again.
I say we're at war still, and taxation is theft.
Yeah, exactly. Still war, taxation is theft. I don't have no problem saying that. I don't care. I mean, just again, almost 20 fucking years. 20 years.
There are kids in this war now that weren't even born yet.
Right.
Fighting this war.
Right. That or we're like a year older, so like really young. Unreal. Condolences go out to the family that were lost. That's some crazy ass shit. That's some crazy ass shit.
Ridiculous.
But at any rate, we want to send troops to Venezuela. I don't think we need to be going to Venezuela at all, dude.
I mean, if you want to send me, I'll sign up. Pay me $10,000 a week.
Well, what are we gonna do over there, man? I'm just thinking, what are we gonna do? There's the shit's all falling apart. The people got to fucking do that. It was, yeah, exactly. Justin talks about Colombia being run by the cartels.
Establish some taco stands.
Yeah, some taco stands. I don't even think. Yeah. we will have a taco summit. Is that what you're saying? I don't even think. Do you even have taco?
Donald Trump loves his taco salads. So, I mean,
I don't even know what the hell they'd eat in Venezuela. But my point being is that we've already been involved. Yeah.
They eat their zoo animals.
Yeah, I'm about to say they've been eating animals right now. They've been eating dog. They've been eating the tacos de carne de perro. You know what I mean? They've been eating tacos of dog meat. Is what they've been eating.
Carne de perro.
Tacos de perro. Yeah. What kind of stuff is this? But yeah, I don't think we should be there. There's already groups out there saying that we are veterans and we believe we should go to Venezuela. Dude, let's finish up Afghanistan.
I mean, there is what do they call it? The Monroe Doctrine, where it says like foreign entities shouldn't mess with. I don't know. I might be wrong with this, but like there was a while ago, like our founding fathers said, "Hey, Eastern entities, this is our property. Leave us alone." But I mean, we've been fucking it up for so long. I think Russia does kind of need to get it involved.
Yeah. It would recognize not to interfere with existing European colonies or meddle with the internal affairs of European countries. That's what the Monroe Doctrine is.
Yeah, there you go.
So is there one for Latin America? Is that what you're saying?
I figured it was considered the whole western side of the hemisphere. Western hemisphere was ours. Leave us the fuck alone.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We should. So who's going to police it up? Do you think they're? I mean, think about it. Who's going to police it up? Who's going to?
We spending billions on Europe, which our founding fathers said stay the fuck away from.
Yeah, exactly. We're spending exactly. What happened to the Monroe Doctrine with this shit? But think about this though. So you have Russia in Venezuela. You have, of course, some Chinese influence. You have the two opposing parties. You have the president, and then you have the member of the opposition party who wants to provide legal. He's the interim president right now because they're supposed to have fair and balance, almost like fucking Fox News. Shut up with that shit. They wanted to have free and open elections. And Guaido was not going to be the president. He's currently the interim president. Again, there's a whole dynamic that we don't understand about Venezuela first before we start talking about going or not going.
There's there's oil there. That's the issue. People don't understand it. Like me, if I was President Trump, I'd be like, guess what, Panama? We own you again. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
Shut the whole conversation down.
Right, exactly.
The Panama Canal. There's a U.S. under you now. Sorry.
Yeah, really. But still, it's all about morality and humanity, Ari. I don't know, man.
No, the morality and humanity has been gone for a long time.
We got some morality and humanity from other countries that we need to get out of, so that way we can sprinkle it somewhere else.
Spend a month in Afghanistan by yourself. Just take a trip. By yourself.
For humanity. We're breaking balls, Ari. We're just talking about the morality.
Yeah, there's a lot of morality and humanity in Afghanistan.
There is, but it's not our morality and humanity. It's their own version of morality and humanity. They're not gonna sit there and go,
go to Africa.
Yeah. See what? Yeah, exactly. Go to Africa. Pick a country, any country in Africa. The morality, humanity. Almost 200 Christians have been burnt to a crisp, being slaughtered in villages just because they were Christian. So go figure. No one's saying anything about that. Since they go back to the same shit again.
Oh, I'm just gonna say something fucked up. I'm gonna stop.
Mixer might bounce us off, dude. Things been going great. I don't know what's going on with all of our platforms. Again, you can listen to us on all the platforms. Facebook is being kind of stupid. So again, for all you Facebook junkies out there, if one day WTF Nation Radio is not on Facebook, don't worry. You can go ahead and check us out on Mixer, YouTube.
I'll figure out how to share it on Twitter, Twitch.
Yeah, it's on Twitter. It's on Twitter right now. We're blasting on Periscope on Twitter.
Oh, there you go.
So we're already on them shits. So again,
if we're on Twitter, oh my God, we're good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think we're
most sensitive babies on the face of earth.
Ain't, oh my God, dude, aren't they like straight up? Like we have there's ongoing Twitter battles that have lasted for years because of one comment that somebody fucking said. And it's not all about, hey, let's talk about reconciliation, let's talk about this and bringing people. Twitter is a straight fucking fight. And motherfuckers want you to be fired for fucking everything and anything that has happened that you said way back in the day. I mean, look what happened with Kevin Hart. What he said. That was said way back because somebody just decided to just roll through his threads. So you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. Like I said, if Facebook decides to, if we get thrown off of Facebook, don't worry about it. We have other platforms. Mixer app, YouTube, Twitter. If you're so inclined to use a Periscope. There are other platforms that we're venturing out to look at. So don't worry, it's not all about it's not all about the Facebooks. Don't worry about it. You'll be all right.
Facebook's old, anyways, according to like the new generation. That's for old people.
Yeah, I mean,
so the old people use Facebook.
Yeah, old people. Yeah, I think it's an awesome platform to exploit. That's just me personally, but it is an awesome platform to use to get the message out because you're listening to it. It's going to be on your fucking timeline. It's going to be fed. Anybody that you interact with or talked about or liked or whatever, it's going to be. So it's almost like it's almost like a none your business. It's a mind your business fucking platform that if your friend talks about something like that, it's going to creep into your timeline. And that's just the way Facebook works. So again, you can share, follow us, like us on any of the other platforms. You can go, or if you just want to download a podcast, you just don't want to hear all the fucking bullshit, just go to iTunes or Google Play, download any of the shows that we've played before, go on to fucking, or you could just kick back and wait till the daily rewind comes on WTF Nation Radio's website. You'll be all right. Totally getting it. That's right, Bailey. The Twitterer is tweeting from their twat. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, snatch chat. That's radar. Snatch chat. Yeah, my God. I mean, yeah. So what the fuck? It doesn't matter. So whatever. We no, we're not gonna be on Snapchat. But the whole thing is like, God, fucking shit. That's just like, God, you were saying, Poogie, you ain't lying, dude. Twitter is just a bunch of fucking crybabies, dude. Facebook is getting like that too.
Dude, how should I feel offended today? Welcome to Twitter.
Right. Or what type of offensiveness that you're going to be offended by. And then pick it. And then pick whatever.
It's like no one ever read 1984.
Dude, I know, man. Nobody could ever. Nobody could ever. Nobody. I'm just when you think about that shit. Everyone's like you think about their whole lives. And that's what. Oh my God! It was the best part about my weekend. I didn't see shit. I wasn't on the platforms at all this weekend, and I came back to a barge dump, like a barge with a bunch of dumpsters on them on fire, with the dumpster on fire and a boat pushing the barge on fire. When I came back and I would scope and stuff, but I wasn't getting into shit. I wasn't looking at stuff. Awesome fucking weekend. Badass fucking weekend. I came back and it was like, ugh. It's just, I come back and the next thing you know, I was like, what the fuck? You guys are just a bunch of bitches, man. No, I'm serious, man. Everyone's like, just like straight, you guys are just bitching about stuff. They're just bitching that you can't fucking control. You're bitching about shit.
You put the fucking hammer on a nail at that point. Can you control it? No.
No,
Stop
you
bitching
can't.
about
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can't control. You know the terms that your parents used to say. There's starving kids in Africa right now. So you should eat that food, right? Well, if you were to apply a social media method of parenting, you would see pictures of said starving kids in Africa looking at you via Facebook Live, throwing away food
with their old flip phones.
Yeah, with their old flip phones with flies all around their face and shit, and they're looking at you like, "Fuck, man, don't you feel bad because he's throwing the food away and shit like that, man?" It's just you're bringing the world close. I'll be honest with you, the best part about my fucking weekend is that the world was. I didn't even think about it. Did not even think about it. All it was just, like I said, I didn't sit there and just like totally fucking hover over the thing. But I looked to see if there was any important messages that if it came out, it came out, and if not, it was good. Didn't care. So I looked, glanced for not even a sec, and then put it down. Didn't look at shit. Didn't look at shit. It was fucking awesome. It just felt weird coming back. Yeah. It would just felt weird just coming back and opening stuff up and just seeing all the fucking drama. Drama to the point where I yelled at people today about other shit that wasn't drama that I had talked about drama about. Drama.
Did you say get off my grass at least once?
No, dude. No, I was going back and forth with mom about some shit, and she's like, "You said that." I'm like, "I don't fucking remember." And then she showed me screenshots of me saying some shit, but I never confirmed an answer. So I came back, and I just like, "Fuck you, mom." I never
let me put you in my calendar. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck are you talking? Well, it's because, like I said, I came back to all this bullshit, all this dogpiling fucking drama about stuff that people you can't control a lot of shit that happens in the world. You can't.
No.
You throw something up on fucking you throw something to the inbox at WTF Nation Radio, US Army, WTF Moments, and it gets fucking posted, and that's it. If you're revolving your life around that shit, then there's something fucking wrong with you.
Exactly.
Monday edition with Pookie and I.
Yeah, that's what you fucking get, dude. That's what you fucking get.
Fuck the world.
You know what's funny? It's like when you tagged me, I had just kind of woken up from a nap because I fell asleep with Minnie, and I was like, "What is he talking about?" I was so confused at first, which isn't much,
right?
But
oh, great and wonderful weekend wasn't the word, Bailey. You couldn't even describe it. If you only knew. Just saying. But it was to the point where I came back and I went off on mom about some shit that we were talking about, but I never confirmed or never finished up because there was another issue going on. And that other issue distracted me from giving mom some information that she was requesting. So I started fucking hauling off about some shit because people were being bitches on social media.
And everyone's a bitch on social media.
And I just like, are you fucking I'm just tired. Come out and be a fucking man and say some shit. You know what I mean? Just as a card carrying member of the man club, don't fucking subtext tweet me some shit. Come the fuck out and fucking say it.
Let's fight.
Yeah, dude.
You're asking too much.
Yeah, it's not asking too much at all. I mean, it's just sometimes, like I said, scroll up, fuckface, if it offends you. That was the rule. We should do that again.
We should bring back dueling.
I was just thinking the same thing.
We should bring back dueling. You're offended? Okay, let's go out. You shoot at me first. If you miss, I hope to God you don't miss, but I'm gonna take your ass out afterwards.
Right. Oh, it wasn't too bad, Bailey. I mean, it was just like what the fuck type of thing. It wasn't like I was like detonating on her.
Okay, Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey. God damn, Bailey's
humor.
Yeah. It was Bailey was fucking offensive. God damn, she's the keeper of the spanky and the mom. Fuck, man, she jumped my shit about that. Damn, look at that. I know.
I'm so much of a man. I'll let you shoot first at me.
Right. Exactly, motherfucker. Point your fucking finger at me and shit. Don't be a bitch and post something on fucking Facebook or Twitter. Actually, because come on, fucking say some shit. Fuck, dude. God, fucking tired. Like I said, all day today, all I was doing was just catching up on emails, catching up on stuff that like I said, man, I'm just like I said, I really, my whole goal of the weekend was to disconnect, and I fucking sure the fuck did. And when I came back with a fucking on a Monday dumpster fire of fucking drama, I'm like, what in the fuck is this? I was like, what the hell's going on? Everyone's like flipping the fuck out. You can't say something about something else without somebody saying something about, and then you're going to get blocked or blah, blah, blah. I'm going to report you. Report you for what? Telling you to shut the fuck up?
What blows my mind right now is all the Me Too people defending Biden's ass.
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck?
Goodness.
Okay,
Yeah,
everyone.
that's-
I mean, come on. Anyone did not think that was kind of shady, or anyone did not say anything. And now that it's coming out, yeah, I thought it was shady too. Then where the fuck were you then? I mean, it's like people don't mind their business when it comes to shit that really isn't their business, or a public figure. That all of a sudden, everyone fucking forgot.
I hate that motherfucker. Biden, he made me stand in a goddamn formation at Bragg for fucking 6 hours while he talked about everything under the sun. Everything. I watched dudes pass out next to me.
We love you too. We love
Did
you
they
too.
lock the
They
knees?
just fall the fuck out. No, we were there because the unit was in it's like Bush did the same shit down in the hood, but no, he's sitting there talking blah 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 blah
What's
blah
up?
blah.
What's up,
blah,
bitches?
blah. I don't care. I don't care what you have to say. I'm sitting here sweating my dick off. Blah, 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 and keep talking, and I'm watching troops next to me dying out, and he keeps talking like a politician. Fucking politicians. Fuck Biden. Fuck Biden.
Right, dude. Right. No, I mean, I'm just saying. Oh God, man. I'm just like No, I'm done with that. People are fucking stupid about this shit.
The thing is, like,
What's
with
her name?
Biden,
Acosta?
Alexandria Acosta, or
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
I'm
That's it,
surprised
yeah.
she ain't running for president yet.
Don't give her the idea. I mean, you could. It'll be entertaining, but yeah. Actually, the male version of her is running for president, and that is Beto.
Beto? Beto?
What? Ain't he like? He's Irish, but he's black somehow.
No, not that. That's Elizabeth Warren. No, wait, hang on. What? Who? What? What was that?
Oh, Cookie was asking. He's Irish, but he's black somehow. I was like, no, Hispanic.
No,
like,
he's
got
he's not Hispanic. He's not Hispanic. He just got a nickname from. Okay, look, Roberto is a nickname that everybody who's named Robert or Roberto in El Paso or in any Spanish-speaking area, their name is called Beto. That's it. Humberto, Roberto. That's just Beto. Beto's it's just a fucking nickname. So you don't.
My ex-wife used to call me Ito. I mean, fuck, dude.
You're right. See, but that doesn't mean that you claim the stake and shit. I saw Dances with Wolves, but you don't see me fucking being an Indian.
I'm not as bad.
You know what I mean?
I'm fucking Norwegian. I don't give a shit. I'm whiter than white at this point. Like, you can say, hey, I'm white. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm whiter than you. I can say that now.
Well, I'm just saying, but my point being is that, again, you say, but see, look, now, good point. Now you say Beto, and you say, dude, you can't say that. That's fucked up, man. Everyone jumps your shit. Everyone jumps your shit for saying that stuff. And then the next thing you know, you have people fucking flagging you and fucking reporting you because you said, dude, stop, man. Why are you pretending? You're not even a Mexican, so why are you trying to Mexican? Stop. You just stop. Don't even do it, dude.
You're not a Mexican, so stop Mexican.
Yeah, you can't. Everyone's like, I'm going to get some hate mail for this. People don't really fucking know who I am, but I'm just saying, okay, fuckers, try the brown card on me and see what happens. God, man.
It's like he's trying to pander for votes so hard.
Right, but it's not going to happen.
He thinks it's not obvious, but it's so fucking obvious.
Shit. They all do that. They pander for votes.
Right, they all do that shit.
I know they do, but it's so obvious of him.
I could run for president and be like, I will fix shit. And this dude would be like, well, your grandchildren. And everyone's going to vote for him.
Right. Right. I'm just, that's so freaking laugh my ass off when everyone gets pissed off. But so anyway, so going back from coming back from my weekend and shit. hanging out and chilling and all that stuff. I had to just lay the fuck back and had somebody tell me.
Glad you had a great weekend.
Somebody told me that even, oh, wow, you're so relaxed. And I'm like, really? Cool. I couldn't tell. I really fucking feel chill the fuck out. So, come back to the dumpster fire, open up the lids, and then bam! Bam! It's just opened the fuck up. I was like, some shit that was fucking... I just don't get it. I just don't just shut up. Stop whining. What are you doing? Shut up.
Stop. What do you do? Just do the cookie.
It's like, why are you complaining? It's only Facebook. Shut up. But who cares? I mean, I really don't. I don't get. After, like I said, after looking back all through this fucking shit that I was going through today, I was like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Somebody sent me some shit. Mom, don't care. Don't care. Don't fucking care. Don't fucking care. If you want to flex on fucking any of the social media platforms, you have fucking issues. Just make sure you realize what you're flexing about. But I'm just fucking, yeah, I saw that shit. So, had some discussions with some people and stuff. Like, you know what? Fucking Facebook just goes the fuck away. WTF Nation Radio will always be around. Don't depend on Facebook for a lot of the stuff. So if all of a sudden you see, poof, WTF Nation Radio is now on Mixer. I'd rather be on every single Xbox in the world than
you get on the Twitch.
Yeah, dude. There's
so
other
get on the PlayStation platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Too.
It's just there's other venues that WTF Nation Radio is looking at to get on. So why am I worried about fucking Facebook and shit?
Yeah, everyone's worried about Facebook. Everyone's like, "Oh, I got banned from Facebook." I'm sorry, go somewhere else.
I got a little bit of a ban for a little bit until I came back and said, "This is what they have." Somebody fucking sent me some pictures of some shit talking about PETA and also the crap, and they need to overdo it, and they don't do this.
The dog.
Yeah.
Was it dog?
It was the dog.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
It was,
I see.
It was the
following
dog.
You, man.
Yeah, it was the dog heads. And so what happened was that motherfucker was talking some shit about PETA and all that stuff. And, as being involved in what we do on WTF Nation Radio, we kind of have to like troll around other groups and stuff like that, just to kind of make sure what we're talking about. Maybe ghosting around in silence in other groups that you may or may not think that ICE is not part of. I am probably a part of. Well, someone was bitching about about how things are with PETA, and PETA overdoes it. And I'm like, well, PETA's not really versed on how animals are treated in other side of the world. Because you were talking about fucking pets, and there's this...
no, they're like notorious for killing animals for no reason.
Right. Well, the thing was that this individual was going back and forth with me on fucking Facebook, and all I did was I just commented one thing. Wow, you should see what they do in other countries. Other countries don't do this. They have more respect and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know. You're not gonna. You don't
Vietnam,
know
North Korea.
You're not. You don't know what you're talking about. That's not what happens when you talk to other people with the how they treat animals. There's a sign, a big billboard that PETA had that says, "Where do you draw the line?" And it's got a line of the difference between pets and the difference. I said, dude, you just don't even know what you're fucking talking about. And this dude was like,
draw a line at the very end of that.
Yeah, and so this individual got the ass because I was like, he was like telling that's not how they do it in other countries. I'm like, they do. Show me.
Oh, dog and cat. Just saying.
So somebody fucking said, show me how dogs are treated differently and blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay. So if you direct your attention to your screen, if you direct your attention to a screen right now, you can see the post that I pictured in the PETA group that got everybody fucking pissed off and got me kicked out of the group.
Yeah. It's dog heads.
Dog heads, it wrapped up it's right there. It's just like a normal meat, like you're at the meat market, right?
I mean, come on, man. You got pig heads.
Yeah, dude. You just like at the meat market.
How's that different?
Well, no, the point being is that somebody was saying that, other countries don't do this barbaric shit anymore, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, that lesson... Well, hang on.
Japan eats dolphins, for fuck's sake.
Right. That was in Vietnam, by the way. Everyone's like, where the fuck is that picture from? Vietnam. I'm like, oh. So when that happened, I got fucking reported. I'm like, so I immediately wrote back for Facebook. I was like, literally reported. I'm like, why'd you guys report me? Says it was shocking and all this other shit. And I'm just showing somebody said talking about dogs and stuff, and PETA got all pissed off.
Kids.
Yeah, and they're like, and I literally showed them I showed them the exchange. It's like, look. So for like, just a little bit, I was in Facebook jail just for showing dog heads. So I don't, I don't give a fuck.
Out shit, but I'll eat anything. I don't give a fuck. If it moves and it's not a human, I eat it. I'd probably eat human if it was legal. But,
right. So when I but I was saying when I posted that, I put that the dog on the bottom screen looked like he was struggling because his teeth were all up and shit. Man, that gotta be because dog lovers fucking they're all you can't be fucking all up. Yeah, you can't be up all over. Yeah, exactly. So that got me a little bit of a. But my whole point being is that
tasty as fuck.
Yeah,
that's my.
Yeah. Well, the whole point being is it was the I'm surprised. I mean, I had to call up some female friends. Say, hey, could you got some feminine hygiene products to fucking give to this piece of shit? I'm just kidding. I didn't call nobody, but I'm just saying. I couldn't believe someone was that fucking sensitive about dog heads in the meat side, in the meat department, in the deli section in Vietnam. Yeah, everyone's like getting the ass, thinking like, oh well, your little bubble comfort zone. Don't fucking be showing me some shit, and then try to challenge me. Yeah,
people that don't understand, they voting for shit.
Yeah, exactly. Challenge me for this stuff, and then say, show me where it says that. Okay, got you, fam. Here you go.
You can have some camel steaks. It's tasty.
Eat them up. Yum. Yeah, right, Luke. People eat ass. Can you believe it? Oh, I don't,
the millennials love ass.
That depends what kind of ass you're eating there.
No. Not me. I don't. That's the one meat I don't eat.
Ass? You don't eat ass?
Oh, I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
I'm civilized. Just a little bit. No,
yeah, exactly. So it was funny as shit when someone was kind of like, but I was just like, God, man. I'm just so anyways, the whole premise of the whole moral of the story, the subject matter, the line that I was saying is that shut up. You're going to see things in life that is going to be 100% fucking offensive. And you know what? If your life is surrounded by fucking Facebook, and we talk shit about Facebook all the time, then you reap what you fucking sow. That's what you fucking get. You're gonna get hit with the fucking reality.
It's get offended by some dog heads. Spend some time in Iraq. See some bloated bodies in the desert.
Yeah, well, I just thought it was funny because it was they were like, oh, shockingly disgusting, blah 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 blah. And then I think the comment that got me booted from the group and report is when I said, look at the one on the bottom. Looks like he was struggling because their teeth is showing. And, oh, man. I was like, because I infiltrated some PETA groups. Fuckers. But yeah. Yeah, so again, I guys, don't let that shit sweat. That's one thing I learned about this weekend. Don't sweat the small shit, man. You're hanging out with some people, some friends that care about you and you care about each other.
Tell people that all the time.
Yeah, just
mind your business.
Yeah, mind your fucking business.
It doesn't hurt you. Show me where it hurts you. That picture of the dog. Show me where it physically hurts you.
Yeah, really. And I'm not talking about the one that's in the freezer section either. I'm not talking about the one that's in the deli shop. Oh man. Oh, so real quick, let's see. Did we miss anything? We got anything else? Let me look up. Let me see. Brown chicken, brown.
Yes.
What? We didn't miss something? What'd I miss? What? Yes, what? What'd I miss? I don't want to get yelled at and shit. You got fucking Bailey in there and the chat's all, defending the Spanky and the moms for some shit, so I don't want to. Are you talking to me or what? Hello?
I'm so sorry. Minnie walked in about her headache. I thought I was on mute.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, because you said yes. I'm like, what? What? No, I'm like, dude, your interaction with your kid I was responding to.
I am so sorry. She asked about her medicines. She took Motrin. It hasn't cured her headache.
Oh, okay. All right,
yeah,
cool.
Sorry.
All right, no worries. All right, so today we had Christopher Martini. He was on to talk about his first feature film, Trooper, which aired, back in the day, about 2010. Hey, we posted in the post his Vimeo link, so you can watch the trailer again, and then you can check it out on Amazon as well. So again, great film. I mean, like I said, it kind of like it was pretty good. It earned Chris the Renaissance Man Award at 2011 Garden State Film Festival and garnered the musical support of Bruce Springsteen and Bob Dylan. And we all know how freaking musical artists are really uptight about loaning their tunes and tracks, because we deal with it all the time with artists that come and give us their music. This Thursday we're gonna have Saint Fisher, Major Andrew Fisher. Yes, the individual that is so hailed on the Facebook page, the Saint Fisher.
That's the bleed guy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Major Andrew Fisher. He'll be on to talk about the Stop the Bleed and to educate the importance of stopping the bleeding in trauma, and he'll be on to talk about some of the advances that has made a part of combat trauma medicine. He joined the Army in 1992 as an infantryman, was successfully completed the Regimental Indoctrination Program, or RIP is what they call it, and was then assigned to the 1st Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment in 1993. While assigned to the 75th, he completed the EMT course and discovered his desire to work in the medical field. He was accepted to the Texas A&M College of Medicine, and he's currently a third-year medical student and serving as a physician assistant in the Texas Army National Guard. So he's also a chairman of the National Stop the Bleed Month and a voting member in the Committee on Tactical Combat Casualty Care, also being hailed and worshiped on the St. Fisher's Church of Evidence-Based Medicine, if you guys seen that page around. So it's all about whatever. So if you guys have any questions, medical-wise, because I am not at all medically qualified to even discuss any medical shit. So this is going to be, it's not like when we were talking to Doc Dredd when he was talking about the best medic competition. I was able to keep up with that. But all this medical stuff, ice at WTFNationRadio.com, contact at WTFNationRadio.com, or just drop a note in the Facebook page for WTF Nation Radio. If any of those three others you don't want to use it, whatever.
My best advice for a bullet wound.
Yeah, so ask
get iron, red hot, stick it through it, pull it out real quick. That's my best.
Yeah, really. The reason why I say that is because there's going to be, freaking cannot imagine asking a question about medical stuff if I don't know anything about the medical shit. Does that make sense? So.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm not going to ask and, just looking at freaking, the medical stuff, and then I'm going to ask a crazy question. So, I've already got one question. And so any more questions anybody wants to throw at me again, or throw it, because I'm going to ask these questions and I'm going to be asking a bunch of whys. I'm basically, like I said, this is the opportunity to be kind of like the Matt Damon when it comes to this type of stuff. Also going to be talking about the advances in TCCC, which I'm kind of excited about that because there are some stuff that I wanted to clarify.
What was it, like shellfish? Drop it in there, burns it out.
Yeah, something like that. And then on the 14th, which is Sunday, we have Richard Jellison from Storyteller Original Films. We'll get a lot more film people. Storyteller's owner and principal creator Richard Jellison will be on to talk about his recent project, The Healing Pan American Flight 001. And he was General Abrams' personal pilot. 4-star General Abrams that replaced General Westmoreland as the military commander of all forces in Vietnam. So he's going to come on and talk about. So again, we got some old school history too. 18 of April, Thursday, another Sergeant's Time will be Pete Barlow talking about G.I. Lowe. G.I. Lowe is the chronicles of the day-to-day highs and lows of a modern American soldier who went from a recruiting station to the suburbs of Chicago to a cubicle in Afghanistan. The comic book demonstrates that wherever you are, whatever you do, it's always important to keep your sense of humor. The imagining himself as a superhero instead of doing his job in the Army. He's done some stuff with Mark Baker on the Private Murphy comic too. So looking forward to having him come on and all that. But man, aside that, dude, that's really all we got. Like I said, this is we don't do sports. I mean, we're not sports distancing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey says that she's got a lot of questions for him. Well, ice at WTFNationRadio.com. Contact at WTFNationRadio.com or the or the Facebook page. You guys can throw your questions in there because I don't want anything to do with it. If you guys in the medical field, hey, this is the good stuff. I don't want to say it's like stump the chump shit, but you never know. Go on to his sites and all that stuff. I guess there's been some drama going on between that and specific companies of makers of tourniquets. I didn't know there was a tourniquet cripple fight going on.
There has been, actually.
It's been fucking real. And also, I was told that I needed to do this now. 6 days until Game of Thrones. I am being forced to say this. 6 days until Game of Thrones, and Spanky finally found the Game of Thrones cookies that finally came out today. Yeah.
You haven't seen Game of Thrones yet, no?
No, dude. I've already got.
I'm gonna tie you down and make you watch shit.
Nope.
You watch Walking Dead, but you can't watch Game of Thrones?
No, I already have somebody who's already committed to already tie me down to watch the shit. So I'm submitting. But my point being is that fucking so there we go. I released it. Fuck.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it here like this week. The whole 7 seasons, just to see it before it starts.
Rewatching, and the boy and many are into it now. So
it's legit. Like it's a good show to watch. Like if you can get into Walking Dead, you can get into some Game of Thrones. I mean, all it is like political bullshit. Anyways, I mean.
Well, yeah, as I'm saying. So so when that happens, then I'll be looking forward to it. But at any rate, thanks guys for joining. Hey, Pooks, thanks for joining tonight, man. It's been a while since you.
Oh, no problem, man. No problem.
It was fun. Been a while since you've been on the mic. Thanks, Mom, for taking the abuse, and
you're welcome.
Thank you so much for everybody hanging out and listening to us, looking at dog heads, and Christopher, and listening to Christopher Martini. So with that, don't forget we got a show every night. We don't have a show every night. So today you're listening to the Monday edition. Tomorrow we have Tied Up Tuesday with Minx. Wednesday's our day off. Thursday is Sergeant's Time with myself and Spank. Hey. Friday Night Freedom's on hold for right now. Tinfoil Times is on hold right now because Jay Rady's on a break. Sunday is Kicking It with Cause with the team old guys of Owl and Cause. So, of course, that ends it up. Like, share, follow on Mixer, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all the other platforms. Download our podcast after this shit. And then, again, thank you all for joining. So, shouts.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
say that they've discovered life up there on Mars. So let's blow it all to hell and then claim it for ours. We'll paint the moon red, white, and blue for no other reason than we wanted to. Oh, Jupiter, imagine what you could become. A stupid, pointless planet turned into a giant gun. And Russia, so sorry, have to burst your bubble. Be a good sport now, sit back, relax, and watch us through the Hubble as we celebrate the greatness of the United Planets of America. Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Now we'll go to infinity and beyond, beyond. You'll hear all manly voices singing Space Force strong. The critics say sound doesn't travel in space, to which we reply sound will do as we say. Oh, Captain Kirk, your achievements, though notable and fine, as far as we're concerned, this is Deep Space Mine. And big fans, but Lord Vader, step away from the lightsaber. There can only be one, of course. Space Force. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum, ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Space Force, Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Space
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.